Fair warning. In this video, I say a lot of things that might rub you the wrong way. I might say some things that are offensive. I might make some offensive jokes. And, I might rub some skin. If you are baby lotion soft, please click off of this video. This is not for you. This is your fair warning. All right. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Ty KK Cham, and welcome back to the video. How you doing? Hey, I'm doing fine, man. I hope y'all doing well, hopefully, even if you're having a bad day, I hope today makes you feel good. You ever felt like a failure? Shit, I felt like a failure plenty of times. I don't know, feel like something was on my face a while ago. If I find you, I'm gonna kill your little ass. I felt like a failure plenty of times, man. Especially for my rap career, man. My rap career just never took off, man. But I don't care. I really don't care about all that because I really don't want to be in the music industry. If anything, I want to be a YouTube rapper. Yes, I want to be a YouTube rapper. If anything. I don't know. Anyway, you may feel like a failure right now. Hopefully you don't know, but if you feel like a failure right now, you should be happy. Why? Because you don't feel worse than Lil Xan. Lil Xan has the biggest failure ever. Ever. Oh, man. Well, yeah, that's what we're going to be reacting to today. Lil Xan deserves his failure. Also, this video is by Sunnyfeed2. I suggest you go and check out his channel and go subscribe. Tell him Cham sent you. But anyway, yeah, let's get to the video.
Reality is hit Lil Xan now. You feel me? The money probably not coming in the same way.
Stats trying to get 30 grand out of him to finish up the balance on the G-Wagon.
On the
and
G-Wagon,
he don't got 30 grand for it.
30 grand when he had who knows how much money at one
that's
point.
a reality
I
for
would,
a lot
I
of
will
artists,
cut
right?
my arm off if Lil Xan has $30,000.
It was just 3.5 years prior that on the very same podcast, Lil Xan was sitting back and bragging about owning 3 different Los Angeles apartments.
I have the same one 10 floors up now.
Really?
Yep.
What? Don't you have another one down the street too?
And another one on the same floor.
Why do you have 3 apartments?
One for my parents, one for me and Eli, my hacker, and then one for the hose.
The hose?
I don't believe none of that shit. Alright, I believe the one for his family, but he just went and just said him and he just said, first off, this nigga ain't smarter than anything, bro. You just went and just snitched on your hacker. You just told your hacker's name. That's just sad. That's just sad. And the third one is for the hoes. I believe like maybe 2 of those for the family and for the hacker. But for the hoes, I don't think he got. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. All right, let's just watch the video.
Despite once being in what seemed like an unlosable situation, it was obvious that over the long run, Lil Xan's failure was not only inevitable, but deserved, and it all began with what seemed to be a poor work ethic, dating all the way back to high school.
So I failed every class up until I dropped out freshman year. I just could not sit down for 7 hours a day.
Now, we shouldn't make the argument.
First off, that nigga must have took too many Xans to be this. Well, nah. Well, I don't know how drugs work. Now, from what I hear, Xans, do they make y'all act like this? I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up. Look, I don't do no drugs. I don't pop pills. I may smoke some weed. But I don't. Look, man, this nigga here, he was on more than just Xans. Whatever the fuck he was on, nah. Do Xans really make y'all act like that? Comment down below and let me know if Xans really make y'all act like this. I don't know. I'm not a drug head. I don't know shit about drugs. I don't know what they do to you. But, yeah, man. Do that.
Argument that poor grades in school automatically result in a poor work ethic over the long term. There are simply too many examples of mediocre.
Okay, fun fact about me, I used to get a lot of bad grades in school. I did. But I have a super great work ethic, man. Like, one thing is, I invest money in what I try to do, bro. I especially invest money in streaming, man. That's why I updated my PC. Kind of updated, got 2 monitors. Now I got me on full desk and everything. I even got a backup PC back here. That's a backup. You know, it's just a backup just in case this motherfucker end up going out. Yeah, you know, you gotta invest in something. What it is I need to learn a lot about investing though. I do.
People performing terribly in school before going on to achieve greatness in a different field. However, there's a bit of a difference between finishing school with bad grades and failing every single class before dropping out in your freshman year of high school, as was the case
I ain't
with
getting no
Lil Xan,
bad
establishing
grade
what
in
you might
every
call something
class,
like
nah.
a predisposed natural.
Math was my shit. I mean, damn, man, math was my shit. So look at like this. Math, science, and history. That was my shit. Everything else I fucked up in, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even English.
Poor work ethic.
They could never get Xan to do the shit that he actually had to do for his career. Like, I remember talking to Stat about it, and he was constantly frustrated.
There are going to be numerous examples throughout this video of Lil Xan often being unable to do the work whenever it was required. We already discussed him dropping out of school in his freshman year, but it continued into the beginning of his music career when he failed to show up to countless meetings with other big rappers who had given him an opportunity.
He kept missing the meetings.
When at less than 2,000 followers, he'd be noticed by an individual named DJ Fu, who wanted to take Lil Xan to meet a potential manager by the name of Stat Quo, who was an old school sober rapper and manager who had worked with Eminem in the past.
If it wasn't for this guy,
Oh, yeah.
I would literally
I
never
remember
have been
him now.
discovered, never met Stat Quo. We wouldn't be doing the No Jumper Day in the Life.
However, as mentioned just prior, despite this insanely big opportunity while still at such a small follower count, Lil Xan kept missing the meetings, either as a result of being disorganized or because he thought the meetings were too good to be true.
It's LA.
You can't believe everybody.
It's LA.
It was a time when SoundCloud rappers were popping up left, right, and center to the point that it was becoming a meme. Lil
I
Peep,
hated the
Lil Skies, Lil Pump,
SoundCloud
Gucci
era.
Gang.
Is Lil Pump
This nigga
actually
suck.
an artist? Is he a rapper that is truly worth taking seriously? The border
Hell
between
no.
being a musician and being
Hell no. Lil Pump suck ass. I said it. Lil Pump suck ass. Only song that I like was Gucci Gang. That was it. D-Rose was alright. Everything else, ass. Wait, no. That song he did with Kanye West, now that shit was amazing. I ain't gonna lie. You such a fucking hoe. I love it. Your boyfriend is a dork, McLovin.
being a meme?
So, when a song was released to Lyrical Lemonade, titled Betrayed, sung by
Mid. This whole song, mid as fuck. This shit was mid as fuck. Hold on, put it on my face. Put it on my face. Hold up. This shit was mid as fuck. How the fuck this blew up? This shit was mid as fuck. Only thing I liked about it, only reason why I call it mid, was the beat was phenomenal. The beat on that bitch was phenomenal. The lyrics was ass. Straight big booty ass. This shit was mid. This shit was straight mid.
an artist with a name as stupid as Lil Xanax. People had to click to see if it was a meme or not.
People clicked on it because they were like, we gotta hear what a Lil Xan sounds like, you know what I mean? And then they were actually like,
Lil Xan literally sounds like Lil Xan. I believe that's what Lil Xan actually. I believe this is what Xanax actually make. Like I said, I told y'all this comment, but I think this is what Xans actually make y'all motherfuckers act like. I don't know. This shit was mid. That shit was mid. I hated this song.
pleasantly surprised.
The song was actually pretty decent, creating a perfect storm explosion.
Cap. Don't fucking cap for this man, Sonny V2. That shit was mid.
Popularity.
I've always said that it was just like the perfect combination of the name, the thumbnail, the title, the actual song itself.
It blows my mind.
Look at the cat. The cat is just chilling. Hey, let me tell y'all something about me, man. Like, look, I love animals. I mainly love dogs more than cats. I only started liking cats because my mama, she got a cat. No, you know, she got a cat. We used to see this cat all the time. We used to scare the motherfucker off until I saw mama brought her inside, and I was like, "Yep, we got a cat now. We're cat lovers." Yep.
bro.
And shortly thereafter, it would become the most viewed video on all of Cole Bennett's lyrical lemonade.
Just how quickly you went from a total nobody to somebody that everybody knew.
It's crazy.
It was so shocking, even for me being like really close to it.
However, countless comments along the lines of, if he kept making music like this, he wouldn't be a joke, hint that after this project, he would be considered as somewhat of a one-hit wonder, as 6 months later he released his long-anticipated first studio album, which would be met with many negative reviews from individuals like Anthony Fantano.
We're not even at the halfway point of the year yet, and this is one of the worst things I've heard all year.
Whilst failing to achieve a professional review higher than 2 out of 5 stars, or more than 5 out of 10. The reasoning for the poor release would be discussed by Adam22 at a later date, and it was what you might call unsurprising.
Like, I remember when Lil Xan's album came out, right? And I remember having a conversation with Stat and being like, what do you think of the album? Because it was pretty obvious that the album was bad. Xan put in like no work for the album. And I remember having that conversation with him. And if it was up to Stat, Xan would have been sitting in the studio recording every night, and instead he was just doing drugs and having random ass girls come over every night.
The other issue might have been that after the insane success of his single Betrayed, Lil Xan might have been lured into a false sense of security about his future and talent as an artist. He might have felt as though he could now relax a little bit and take his foot off the gas, resulting in one incredible banger to lead the album, followed by 15 other mediocre songs. This is the self-described reason behind why T-Pain's rap career eventually failed, and could certainly have been the same story with Lil Xan.
Everybody's like, it's down.
Sonny V2, let me tell you something. T-Pain rap career has not failed. His shit hasn't failed. Look, he fell off, but he picked that shit back up in his way. In his way. Don't sleep on T-Pain, bro. Don't do that to T-Pain, bro. T-Pain went through some shit, bro. T-Pain went through some shit. He went through depression. He was an alcoholic. He overcame that shit, and I congratulate T-Pain for that shit. I do. And he done picked it back up, and now he's one of the best streamers on Twitch. Y'all should go fucking follow this man and show him your appreciation. Because this will always be a legend in my motherfucking eyes. I don't give a damn what happened. His career went down because he was going through depression. And plus his label that he was with for 6 fucking years, who did not support urban music at all, wanted to keep his ass because he was T-Pain. Literally told him, you think I'll let any other label have T-Pain? Shit. No disrespect T-Pain, bro. T-Pain, he's still successful, bro. Fuck that.
Downhill from here. The analogy was, if you pedal up the hill, you can coast afterwards.
Right, okay.
You can just stop working. You have to keep working. What they don't tell you is that you coast, totally fine. There's another hill. So you gotta keep going.
From Lil Xan's perspective, he would state that the poor performance of the album wasn't his fault, or was instead the fault of his management.
This nigga Adam22, I swear, Adam22 right here, he just looks like a white supremacist. I'm not saying that he is. I swear I'm not saying that Adam22 don't roast me. You probably don't even respond in a way or none of that shit. But nigga, you look like a white supremacist. Like, bro, this nigga look like, it's like he believes in white power. I'll be honest. Damn, bald ass head. I just want to just smack that mother. Put some grease on my hand and just that motherfucker.
I dropped like a mixtape that got way more like positive reviews than my album, and it should have been my album because my first album wasn't put together by me. It was put together by my management, and you know, I love my management, but I mean, they f***ed my first album completely up to the point where I didn't even pick the track list or like what songs were going on. It was so rushed.
However, this just revealed another one of Lil Xan's flaws, a lack of personal responsibility. Now, we don't know whose fault it was that the first album flopped, but in reality, it's usually a mix of both parties and is rarely the fault of one person or another. However, Lil Xan is the artist. If you release something publicly under your name and it sucks, you unfortunately have to own the failure. Plus, most of the time, even if it wasn't your fault, people like you way more when you just say, yeah, it was my fault, because it displays humility and the desire to improve. Anyway, despite his first album album being a bit of a flop, Lil Xan was still able to maintain his popularity after the initial blow-up, because when you look past the dopey personality, minor victim complex, and actually watch him on one of these podcasts, he's a surprisingly likable dude. He's not an arrogant douchebag like, for example, Lil Pump, and generally speaking, he's honest and transparent about the good and bad in his life.
Talk about anything, like, exactly. If you ask me anything, I'll be like, yeah. Like.
His stupid stories about having multiple threesomes in the space of a week make him entertaining to watch and listen to, making him somewhat of a celebrity as opposed to a rapper.
All the interviews with Lil Xan always, like, they get as much as damn near some of my music.
Why is nigga drinking this, bro? Come on, dude. Come on, man. Really? This shit mid too. I tried that shit. That shit really mid.
You know what I mean? Right now, at this moment in my career, I'm more of a celebrity than a rapper. You feel me? Because I can't leave the crib without 10 kids coming up to me right as I leave the door.
However, by the same token, the amount of stories that he has, which are to some extent based on poor life decisions, openly displays his lifestyle filled with a never-ending cycle of short-term pleasure. And this is the problem with so many of these SoundCloud rappers. The branding by default is the glorification of drugs, bringing hoes over to the crib every night, taking out loans to—
I don't like this shit. I hate when rappers try to do shit like this. Man, look at this shit. This shit here, I hate how people try to make things, swaggy. You know what I mean? Or make this the new trend. You know what I mean? This the new drip and all that shit. I don't like this. This shit looks weird. It looks so weird. Oh, man, these rappers, man. Nah, bro. You won't ever catch me wearing a Gucci. I think it's Gucci. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a broke nigga. But with me looking at this, I don't care how much money I get. I know that bitch probably costs like $10,000 or something. I don't give a damn how much that money costs. That shit ass. This shit looks weird. And he ain't even wearing it right. If anything, I'll unbutton the motherfucker. Ain't that color on there, bro? This shit can't be drip. This ain't drip. This shit is ass. I don't
buy
like
cars,
that.
Gucci, Louis Vuitton, expensive jewelry. They become so famous and successful while living this kind of life that they actually think that they're on the right path, when in reality, real long-term sustainable success is, at least in part, determined by your ability to avoid these temptations. The other problem with living this kind of lifestyle is that it's usually accompanied by a multitude of poor financial decisions. In the beginning, Lil Xan seemed convinced that this wasn't who he was.
Do you go crazy hard with expensive clothes and jewelry and ridiculous bullshit, or do you hold on to it? What's going on in your lives right now?
I'm not into the whole. I'm into grills and like MCM, like I have like a chain, but like it's not like so expensive. It's expensive, not expensive. I'm not into the whole jewelry.
However, only 6 months later, in a video posted to YouTube once again by No Jumper, this seemed to have changed, as Lil Xan's out of control spending habits and lack of respect for valuable items was put on full display. He'd start by mentioning that he would take any sponsorships as he was low on cash at the time.
Money bag, cream soda, you wanna sponsor me? Do it. I will take any endorsements. I'm broke.
However, he'd then go on to talk about and reenact himself smashing his TV.
I got so mad. I literally walked up in this the other day. I took this skateboard and I was like, Then I'm like, I'm mad.
Laugh about ruining a $1,200 hoodie after leaving it on the floor.
So everything's on the floor. Expensive hoodies, $1,200 on the drain.
And then go on to purchase 2 copies of the game Destiny with the goal of showing the store some love.
And honestly, 2 copies of Destiny. Like, dude, let's play something else, you know?
Now you could probably make the argument that this was just
How the fuck is that showing the store some fucking love? Nigga, you only getting 2 copies of Destiny. Like, nigga, man, that's like me getting 2 copies of Sonic Frontiers and be like, hey, yo, I'm just showing the store love. You know what I mean? I'm gonna buy 2 copies of Sonic Frontiers, which that game is gonna suck, by the way. You should check out my gaming channel, which is Chammy Channel. But yeah, like no, bro, you weren't showing. The store don't give a damn. Just spend money, nigga. Fuck. And that ain't showing no love, bro. If you want to show love, I say, I don't know, everybody that was there, whatever they were getting, pay for their shit. Do like Drake did. That's what I'm saying.
Xan spending big whilst the camera was in his face. However, there was plenty of evidence to suggest that off camera, he was also quite unwise with his money. For example, in another No Jumper podcast, he'd talk about how he'd take 7 of his friends to Universal Studios and pay for everyone's entry just to buy 1 drink before leaving.
I'll take all my homies. I'll spend $700 to take 7 of my friends in there.
Just to get butterbeer?
Just to get butterbeer, and we did. And I don't film it or nothing.
In addition to this, Lil Xan would take out a loan to purchase a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, the price of which starting at around $130,000 US.
I'm about to get a G-Wagon.
Nice.
My favorite car, dream car.
Now, if we ignore the fact that Lil Xan would go on to key his own car whilst angry at a later date,
I just did this to my car.
What the fuck?
Scratched it, keyed it up. I just bought it. Keyed all the way.
Yeah, look, that nigga wasn't meant to be in this position. Lil Xan was not meant to be in this position. He couldn't in that. You wasn't meant to be in this position, bro. Man, look, it's like this. My dream car is a Range Rover, and I don't want that no more. Why? Because of all the expenses that you have to pay to go into it. The expenses for like parts are like high as hell on that motherfucker. You think I want a damn Range Rover? No, I don't. If anything, give me my second dream car. The 1995 Impala SS. Oh yeah. I gotta go with the classics. You feel me?
the levels of stupidity for this purchase go pretty deep.
Yeah,
Taking
he's
out a
stupid.
loan to buy a car, moron. Taking out a loan to buy a luxury car just to flex on social media, double moron. Taking
Yes.
out a loan to buy a luxury car just to flex on social media whilst working in a creative profession where you could fall off at any moment, triple moron.
Yo, welcome to Darth Vader. This is my new whip. She's like a 9 out of 10. She ain't like a 10, but she's pretty bad. This is my first car.
However, the stupidity of his G-Wagon purchase was compounded even further when he would host a public event that would ultimately result in an extra $100,000 fine. On the 21st of December 2017, just before he'd buy the car, Lil Xan would make a tweet which read as follows: "If you live in the Inland Empire/LA area and want to meet me tonight, pull up to 100 to 110 North 5th Street, Redlands, CA 92373, United States at 7:30. Now, it's hard to call Xan an idiot for this one. It was still early in his career and the tweet was made only 4 hours prior to the meeting time.
Why would you post your location? No, I don't. If you're a rapper, this goes for white rappers too. Any type of rapper. Don't ever post your location, bro. You never know who's trying to take you out, even if you ain't did shit to them. That's another reason why I don't really want to be a big rapper.
Probably expected just a couple of people to show up for photos and autographs, considering the location was also on the very outskirts of LA.
Wait a minute. Can I go back? Can we go back real quick? Hey, yo, she bad. Hey, you bad. Yes.
Well, as you might guess, this isn't what happened. Around 2,000 people showed up, cars and streets were damaged, and ultimately the police would have to send in the helicopter unit before Lil Xan was arrested for his own safety.
I gave like a 4-hour notice. I was heading to my hometown, so I tweeted a location, and then I just expected, like 50 people to show up. That's just how I am. I got.
What is this drip? Bro, what is this drip? Oh, man, this is why I say celebrities have no fucking drip. Unless they're Lil Baby. I ain't gonna lie, Lil Baby be saucy, nigga. Damn. But man, what is this drip, bro? Nothing here matches. Except for them shoes, right? Come on, bro. That little part of the shoes matches with the jacket, though. But come on, bro. I don't like it.
there, and this video's on YouTube. It's like 2,000 people.
Wow.
What? But I got fined because a lot of damages to cars and streets.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And the
hefty tax.
helicopters came out, and it's like 10 grand every helicopter.
I might was hating on it. I don't care.
It was like Project X with the
It was a $100K bill.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Another 100K.
Lil Xan would go on to state that the event postponed his purchase of the G-Wagon.
Do you feel like you learned your lesson about that?
My manager said that it postponed my me getting a G-Wagon, so I was a little upset. But
Which could also be interpreted as, over the long run, he was now $100,000 further from owning the car outright.
They sent him a bill for 100 racks. And then I remember having a conversation with him after that. And he's like, damn, bro, like, now it's gonna take me so much longer to pay this G-Wagon off.
Another rapper who owned one of these cars was Mac Miller, who happened to be Lil Xan's biggest inspiration in the beginning.
Who's like your biggest inspiration in terms of rapping?
Mac Miller, yeah.
Mac Miller, he's sick, right?
Yeah, like he's
Rest in peace, Mac Miller, man. Mac Miller was the first white rapper that I really took serious and listening to. Like Mac Miller, man, Mac Miller was so dope, bro. Like He was so, man, dude was so cool, bro. Like, man, like, I'm not, now, when I say niggas in the hood can literally pull up bumping this dude, and nobody want to look at them like, fuck. Like, for real, Mac Miller was that good, bro. Mac Miller was that cool, bro. Rest in peace, Mac Miller, man. Man, dude was so dope, bro. Ah! Kicking incredibly dope shit was the fucking best! That's it.
Like a big inspiration. Like,
however, when Mac would unfortunately die only 9 months later, this also seemed to have an effect on Lil Xan's desire to make music.
I'd be like legit crying like in my crib, like this ain't true, bro. Like Mac did not overdose. Mac's still alive. Mac's still here. I just saw Mac 2 weeks ago. When your hero dies, I don't want to make music no more. Like he was like the reason I made music.
In this same interview, Lil Xan would also talk extensively about his desire to quit music and simply become a public figure.
So that's why I'm not doing music. Like after I finished my contract with Columbia, I didn't know what I was signing up for. I'm more of a celebrity than a rapper at this point, so that's why I'm quitting rapping.
And at the end of the day, if he's not enjoying music, the tracks that he does put out won't have the required level of effort in order to compete with other artists who are giving it their all. Lil Xan's attempt to leave music and rather become a celebrity / public figure didn't really work either. After an explosive year on Instagram in 2018, his growth would slow dramatically and has been in continual decline for the last 25 months, leading to an Instagram livestream in December 2021 in which Lil Xan would show that all of his poor decisions from the past were clearly coming back to haunt him.
The industry just doesn't care. They just want you to pump out hit records, and when you're useless to them, just leave you in the dirt, you know?
In this video, Lil Xan would blame his sober, business-minded...
That is very true. Man, I'm telling you, that is very true. That is very true. That's why I don't want to be... That's why I don't want to sign to no label. If anything, I just want to be a YouTube rapper.
Manager Stat Quo for fueling his drug addiction after he'd supplied Lil Xan with drugs while on tour so he could go out and perform.
And my manager was supplying me with the drugs. He knew all my plugs, so if I couldn't perform because I was withdrawing back then, because yes, I used to be a drug addict, you know, he would call, make calls, send $5,000 out here, $5,000 out here, just to ship the drugs to wherever we're at in the world.
This was just another example of Lil Xan's victim complex and lack of personal responsibility.
I see y'all.
So what you do,
I
decide to, I'm gonna go on my Instagram story, I'm gonna blame my drug addiction on Stat Quo. It's completely disingenuous. He needed to rely on his manager who doesn't even do drugs to get him drugs. Does this make sense to anybody?
Exactly, man.
Point,
Thank you, Adam. Come on, man.
That, like, your problems are your own, and that you can't just run around playing the victim.
After many accused Lil Xan of snitching on his manager, despite he being the one with the drug addiction, Lil Xan would respond by stating that you can't snitch if you're not a gang member.
Oh, you're a snitch now, bro. He didn't make you do that. All this stuff. Like, bro, how am I a snitch? Did I go to court and rat on my gang? I don't have a gang. You can't snitch if you're not a gang member, bro. Miss me with that. I'm trying to help other artists in particularly my similar situation.
In the Instagram livestream, Lil Xan would also reveal that his manager had taken the G-Wagon from him, as Lil Xan still owed $30,000 on it, which Lil Xan would state was unreasonable, as he had paid for the majority of it.
Also, he took my car away too, that I paid the majority of the money, and now he wants $30,000 of the remaining money to pay it off, which I paid.
Why would your manager take your
all my
car,
money
though?
in the car? And
Nigga,
he won't
it's
give
your
it to me.
shit.
Without $30,000 to take full ownership of his G-Wagon, a declining follower count across each of his social media platforms, and no new music in over 7 months, it seems like this could possibly be the end for Lil Xan's career.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. His career ended when he said Tupac'S music was boring. That nigga's career ended when he said Tupac'S music was boring. When that nigga said that, I said, you ain't going no fucking where. I been knew you wasn't gonna be shit. Oh yeah, I was already on that bandwagon. I knew he wasn't gonna be shit. I knew it. Yeah, you deserve your failure for disrespecting the fucking GOAT. Nigga, you deserve your fucking failure. And now you're trying to get sympathy. He also, Sonny V2, you also gotta talk about how this nigga was trying to get sympathy, but talking about how he was doing shit with Juice WRLD and all these other rappers that done pay him. Juice WRLD, XAN'S and all that bullshit. Like, bro, nobody cares. Okay? Nobody cares. Let me tell you how the attention span of fans work. If you ain't popping, they're gonna go to the next. Especially if you a nigga that said Tupac's music was boring. This had to be this. Young nigga, bro. Little young nigga just had to say Tupac's music is boring. You don't get it. Tupac was a revolutionary. Tupac was a nigga that did not give a fuck. He would tell you exactly the truth. And of course, you don't know what the fuck the truth is because you steady lying. You deserve your every failure, little nigga. I don't care. He ain't gonna watch. He probably ain't even gonna watch this video, but I'm just gonna. I just had to say that, bro. You knew your career was gonna die soon as you said Tupac's music is boring. You lame ass nigga. But yeah, that does it for this video. Hopefully everybody liked it. You know, if you like it, make sure you leave a like. You know, make sure you share it to your friends. And if you want to see some more videos like this, or you have some suggestions for me, comment down below. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think about it. You know, I'll read comments and I'll react or even reply. Who knows? If you dislike it, hit that dislike. But you shouldn't dislike this one. You dislike this, you have to be a failure. Like Lil Xan. By the way, fuck Lil Xan. I mean that. But yeah, it's your boy, Ty Guy K, Champ. And yeah, that's the GGs, everybody. I'm mad as hell.